Today I'm going to talk about the sugarcane plantation. When I grew up, I used to follow our school trip, and we go to this plantation and we see how they plant, how the sugarcane grew, and how they harvest this sugarcane stem. And those days, I think because there is no technology, and maybe because of we are not doing it in a larger scale, and the farmers, the person who does these plantations, when they want to harvest the sugar cane, they just burn the whole field, or sector by sector, and we were quite surprised. Why did you do that? Or is for the leaf to be burned, and you will leave the stem where they later can cut it off.
Sugarcane is something that you can also have in your garden.
Yeah.
Then we also can have and eat as a snack. But it's common you have selling on the streets. We make little slices and we put on the top of any stick, and you sell like a bouquet of roses. But you sell as something that's sweet and is also refreshing. Then you can see the people on the road, on the traffic lights, on the corner, or on the beach, selling the sugarcane in slice just for chewing. It's good.
I used to do that. Bite the skin of the sugarcane and suck the juice, and it is really very sweet and very raw.
Sugarcane was one of those things that you used to be munching away.
We also have always trolleys on the parks that sell the juice that they made on the time that you come. Then you want one, and then they put the juice and get the cup and straight away served to you. Very refreshing with ice.
The morning tea is a very special time for me. It reminds me when I was at my parents' house, and that morning tea was something where the whole family used to sit together. Although it was the morning tea, but we used to get up quite early, and our mother used to make it this tea, and everybody liked at that time to sit together, especially in winter months. Sitting on one bed, all the brothers and sisters, and my parents and my grandparents, and a few other members of the family. So that morning time, sitting together and having that cup of tea was very, very special for us.
I used to make tea brack quite often because it's easier than a cake to make. It's just, you soak the fruit, dried fruit, like mixed peel and raisins, currants, all that in tea, warm tea, not boiling tea, but warm tea, and then leave it overnight. Then you can put, if you like, some whiskey or brandy and self-raising flour and a couple of eggs, and then mix it all up with a wooden spoon, and then pour it. It has to be a consistency of a pouring consistency, and then pour it into cake tins, and then bake it for 40 minutes or so, very low, 40-45 minutes, and then you have a nice tea brack.
My association with tea is more something that's more as a medicine, as a remedy.
Yeah.
So it's either to help you with your digestion or headaches, and also tea bags. In other parts of Brazil, people may be more used to tea bags, but at home my mum would have all the herbs, everything that she would give us as tea to drink to make us feel better.
A very sort of common tea masala, we use it in our homes every day, almost every day. And the recipe for that is there are 4 things which I put. Shall I give the names in Punjabi first?
Yes.
You want me? Okay. And the 4 things which I put is ajwan, which is karam in English, sauf, fennel, and darchini, that is cinnamon, and elaichi, that is cardamom. We just grind them and put them in a jar. So whenever you need it, for 1 cup, just put 1/4 of a teaspoon. Boil it, and that is your tea masala. And this tea masala is very, very good for your digestive system, and it's nice flavor.
First memory about chili. Every house in Brazil used to have pepper, chili pepper, and a typical one is malagueta. Malagueta is one very hot, tiny red, and the bushes are not too big, then they are quite nice and very easy to reach. My house has this, as everyone's house has, but when you have that thing and your mom know that you're not gonna do something very nice, they use just to point to the bush, and you already know if you're doing something wrong, and I've done a lot, quite a lot. But when you have that and you're swearing or you're doing something that is not very appropriate as a child, my mom used to get the chili, take the top and put on my mouth. Like say, do not do it again. Then as a punishment, it was quite common when I say, well, can you see the chili? Oh no! Yes, let's come to the chili. Then when you do something wrong, when I used to do a lot, when you have that and you always have chili on your mouth, and my first memory about chili is the taste of chili in my tongue. That was not nice.
I used to have these tiny chilies crushed up on buttered bread. It was really nice. It was very hot.
I like a really fluffy omelette, not just mix the egg, the white and the yolk together. No, you have to beat up the white till it's really stands up. And then you mix the yellow into it. And before you do that, you have to get your pan ready with, your ghee or whatever, butter or whatever. And you have to cut up onions and green chili. And you squash your onions with salt, and you add the green chili and you mix it up, and then you get your egg beaten up and put the yellow in, and then you throw in the onions and the green chili into that, mix it and put it into your pan, and you'll get omelette will really flap up. So that sort of a real omelette is my favorite.
Quite often we use ginger, chilies, black pepper. In the same time we use most of the turmeric, and cinnamon.
Coffee is another one. He used to have a coffee plant as well. He used to eat the coffee fruit, the seed. That around the seed is a soft, sweet fruit, so you can eat it, and we still have the coffee left to prepare for drinking. Anyway, yes, I had first-hand experience with those.
We are big coffee drinkers basically, and we always hear funny stories about coffee, because comparing with England, which is a tea drinker country, we are amazed at how many children drink coffee in Brazil since really little. My mother-in-law, she always tells the story about when she was born. She was born in a little farm and no amenities around, and for some reason her mom couldn't feed her, and one of the neighbors or the aunties suggests to give coffee to the baby. So I don't know if it's true, but apparently coffee was her first drink ever to a newborn baby.
The ginger lily looks beautiful. The ginger lily is very, very nice. Looks nice, and ginger is used for all sorts of things. When the children are little and if they say a tummy is paining, you give them a piece of ginger. Say, have a little bite of ginger and a little bite of gur.
We used to have 30 million trees of date palms, but after so many wars on my country, the number is reduced of these trees now in Iraq, but still we have a huge amount of these trees. Even in any house you can find in their garden 1 or 2 date palms tree. So we have many things make it from the date, like our sweets, or even we eat it just like fruit, especially the people when they work with hard work, like workers, builder, people work in the field. The easy things, they take a few amount of palms, dates with them to eat it. They give them energy because a lot of sweet fiber and many useful things in the dates.
We have a tree called a jack tree. You get a big fruit out of that tree. So it's a huge one, and you have to cut it into pieces, and you have to take out the seeds, and you clean it, and you can make it a curry out of that. With the tender ones, you can eat in a different way. The ripe ones we can eat in a different way. So it's lots of things we can do with those things. It's very tasty. It's like a vegetable.